Welcome to the Holbrook Chamber of Commerce monthly meeting for October. It's October 2nd. We're expecting a great meeting tonight. Tonight's meeting is going to be more about information from the Chamber on what's going on in the community in terms of our new median project that's getting done by the county, as well as the sidewalks that are being installed along the Main Street area over at 960 Main Street, long overdue. Town of Islip is taking care of that for us. And we're also going to get an update on our sewer project that's ready to start any day now. So we'll have our elected officials present to give us official updates on that. In addition to that, we have InFlash Photo Corp that's going to take care of headshots tonight for us. And we'll also have our usual opportunity for everyone to network. We'll have folks from the fire department tonight, as well as a number of other members, local civics that come down to the meeting. So it's a great time. No guest speaker tonight. The guest speaker actually will be our elected officials, who are very busy right now. We know we have an election coming up in just a few weeks, so they'll be here tonight, hopefully for a little bit. And we're looking forward to it. Once again, Holbrook Chamber of Commerce, we have a great meeting. We serve great food. We're at Trio, the Holbrook Country Club, 700 Patrick Holbrook Road. If you haven't been down to a chamber meeting and you have a business and you're in the area, or even if you're not in the area, if you have any interest in the Holbrook area, the business, it's a great idea to come down, meet with us, come down as our guest for the first meeting, and we're growing in leaps and bounds. Chris Armstrong's going to give us a report tonight on our membership numbers that have how much it's spiked over the past year. It's been a great calendar year for the chamber, one of our biggest growth years to date. So we're really excited about that. And of course, we're very grateful to all our sponsors for the carnival. As I mentioned last month, we had a phenomenal carnival this year, and we really appreciate everybody's support, because without our membership, we really can't get anything done. So again, Holbrook Chamber of Commerce, monthly meeting, October 2nd. I'd love to see you. Don't forget, next month, our meeting is November 6th. Same time, 5:30, doors open for networking. 6 p.m. we start the meeting, and we're going to have our members InFlash Photo Corp. Will be here to take headshots. So if you'd like to come down, you can get a headshot done, and it's worth it. Very, very reasonable priced, and definitely if you want to come dressed in your Sunday best and get a headshot done. Next meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to thank Kevin from InFlash Photo Corp, who does our videos every month on YouTube. He's fantastic. Next month, he's going to be doing headshots here. So if you want, put on your Sunday best and get your hair blown out and put your wig on, whatever you got to do, get your groove on, and come on down. It's going to be fantastic. Kevin has been great. Kevin, I just want to really quickly, I want to mention Kevin InFlash Photo Corp. I met him a little over a year ago. We had never met. We both graduated Sachem. He's about 15 years younger than me, so he graduated a little bit later. But we had made a nice connection, and so he does video. He's got a great little studio here in Holbrook. He's been a member. He does all of our videos. He did our holiday lighting video. You get a chance, if you haven't gone on to look at the Holbrook Chamber YouTube, and we've got to do a better job of really pushing it out on Facebook. We were just talking about it and getting it out there. We're getting like 20 views, 10 views, which is like not even the world that I'm from, because I know we should be getting hundreds of views, if not thousands of views. Now, if I did something bad on a video, there'd be 8 million people, say your moms would have it out there, the whole bit. And you could record that, yes. But when you do good things, the good news doesn't travel as fast, unfortunately. But we are doing a lot of great stuff, including these fantastic meetings. And our elected officials get up and they speak. And, you might say, oh, what was Councilman Lorenzo promising me? Oh, boom. I go back and it's on the video. Yeah, What did Ed Romaine say he's going to do for us? What is Anthony going to do? So it's all good. I mean, we're not at a better time than we've ever been. I mean, I'm the only president this chamber has had this entire century. So, I mean, if you talk about 9/11 is going to be 25 years from now, I was already president a year and a half then with my great vice president, Kevin Guilfoyle, who's always been my partner as far as I'm concerned. We've been co-presidents all these years. But with that being said, you look at all the work that's gotten done, and I have to say, never have we lived in a better time with our elected officials. And not that I'm doing to meet the candidates or voting, but these gentlemen, they pick up the phone, and their staff, incredible when we call. And that's the way it always should have been. And I can't believe it took 25, 26 years to get to that point. But we're at a space now where our elected officials, not only do they take your phone calls, not only do they promise you things, they deliver. They deliver, which is amazing. And most of the time, the delivery generally doesn't come, or it comes, it comes with half a bag. These guys come with a bag overflowing. And that means a lot to the chamber because, here we're working. We're a volunteer organization. We volunteer our time. Elected officials get paid. I don't think they get paid enough because they got to hustle and do a lot of other things besides because they're not paying big money. But I got to tell you something. They have really delivered on every level of government for this Chamber of Commerce in Holbrook. And I have to say, from the federal government helping us out with the sewers, and Andrew Garbarino quickly jumping in, and thanks to Doug Smith's urging, put money in for our funds to help get the sewers done. And then you go to the county level with Anthony Piccarello. You go to the state level with Doug Smith. Everybody is there to help us. That park never would have got done without the efforts of Doug Smith pushing the school board and Anthony Piccarello getting economic development and ISA to get that done. Without that kind of pushing and helping, it never would have got done. And then adding Councilman Neil Foley, who doesn't make a lot of our meetings, but I love Neil. Neil is gold because anytime I ask Neil for something, he's right there. And then I get to Town of ISA, Supervisor Carpenter, and Councilman Lorenzo, who's really here, his feet on the street, and his office, Kara, and Richie, who comes, you've met. They're so responsive. Anything time I have a problem. I'm going to give you a quick story how ISA responds. The highway supervisor, Tommy Owens, I'm not sure if you've met him. We had a pothole in front of Holbrook Diner. It was about a month ago. And I got a call from Minos, Holbrook Diner, great guy, I love Minos. He said, Ricky, he calls me Ricky. He goes, Ricky, I got a pothole in front of my driveway. And I said, it's funny. I was at a networking meeting with my friends, and I actually hit that pothole. I go, there's a pothole there. That's kind of odd this time of year, right? Because it's like, it's July, August, right? So I said, no problem. He said, I know, you're the only person I can call. So that's what a chamber president does. Really? No, not so, but that's what I do. So I make a phone call. I don't even a phone call. I text Tommy Owens, do you know that pothole? Guess how long it took me to get it fixed? You cannot believe it. I'm glad you're all sitting down. 45 minutes. 45 minutes that pothole was fixed. Don't ask me how, what, why. Now, you talk about responsiveness, and I have to say that. And that's our town of Iceland. And that goes from our highway department supervisor, Tommy Owens, who also, by the way, does parks, can't do enough for us. And then it goes to our Councilman Lorenzo. And it's just the checks and balances in the towns are incredible because of the people we have working from. And you'll hear from them a little bit later tonight. And then the work that Anthony Piccarello has done for this community, the money that he's brought into this town. Has anybody seen the medians on Patrick Holbrook Road? You say, they put a couple of bricks. No. That's like $750,000, maybe even $900,000. I'll let him give you the number of what they're spending on those medians to get those done. And those medians are getting done because of the community, civics like Parkland and New England Village and Somerset and the Colony, all aligning with the chamber and saying, hey, those medians, they don't meet our standards. We had weeds, we had debris, it looked terrible. Ever since my father couldn't start really maintain them anymore, it kind of went south, and it was kind of hard for our landscaper to be up there because people, they do 70 miles an hour in their text messaging. You've all seen that, right? And I don't want to put them in harm's way. So with that being said, we needed to come up with a solution. They came up with a solution. Charles Barther and the Highway Department of Suffolk County, DPW, and then Anthony Piccarello. Not to mention the park, which we're just getting that finalized now. The school's got to find the deed, but they're getting the deed, and we're going to have the property done. We'll start talking about doing a beautiful all-inclusive park. We can't wait for that. And then, last but not least, is our sewer project, which is just about ready to break ground. Hopefully, we'll have an update. I'm going to say by next meeting, I'm going to feel pretty confident when I'm going to tell you the shovel's going to go in the ground. So that's where we're at right now with that. That's a $12 million capital expenditure in Holbrook for basically a 1.5 miles worth of road. And that's going to dynamically change the community. It's going to dynamically change the values of all the homes around here. Proven studies, when you live within 2 miles, 3 miles of a walkable downtown, your house goes up, and I'm not going to say it goes up 20%. Maybe Chris could say what it goes up, but I'm telling you, there's a study out there. Your house dynamically goes up. I think Chris had a story about somebody who was interested in a house in Holbrook. They weren't so interested until Chris explained to him what's going to happen when he gets up. And I'm going to bring him up. We're going to eat first, Chris, and then I'll bring you up. But anyway, I'm going on and on because you know what? I'm excited. I think it's important. I'm filling space because we don't have a guest speaker, so you're looking at the guest speaker along with our esteemed elected officials. And I'm probably going a little fast with people, but the bottom line is things are happening, and that's why I have a magazine called Happenings, but that's another shameless plug. But things are really happening in this town. It's amazing. And I'll tell you, I'll cap it all off with retail is starting to come back. Do you know? You should be proud of this Chamber of Commerce. And I told my board, Nordstrom Rack knew enough to join this Chamber of Commerce 2 weeks ago and then reach out to me. And sure enough, 8 o'clock this morning, I was there with 300 people waiting online with their door prizes and their $1,000 giveaways to crash those doors. And then, unbelievable. They had a soft opening on Tuesday night. I had to be somewhere. There you go, Ketty. They did $96,000 in 4 hours in that place, the manager told me. So unbelievable, Tanya, the manager. So that's going to be another great asset. And then I see Sephora's going in, another big company, right? Cosmetics. And then you have, a couple of banks going in, but Whole Foods, which I hope to get a relationship with them going. So now there's a synergy going on with the chamber and there, and I want to see retail come back to our downtowns. I know everybody loves Amazon. If I need a fuchsia fedora at 3 a.m., I have to go to Amazon. I got no choice, right? And look at me. I probably need a fuchsia fedora at 3 a.m., right? But the point being is, I want to see our small businesses survive and thrive and go. And I know I'm speaking to the choir, but that's what I want to see. So great to see brick and mortar coming back. We don't want empty downtowns. We can't put medical in every goddamn square foot there's left. Everything can't be medical and assisted living. I mean, we've got to have some fun too, right? So let's have some retail. So it's good. Give a big round of applause from Chris, our board member, and also from Century 21. Chris, it's yours.
All right. Good evening. I'm here to try and make you feel better, okay? Normally I tell you jokes, but Rick doesn't allow me to do that anymore, okay? So I'll try and make you feel better with numbers, okay? Okay. So I'm going to talk about real estate. I'm also going to talk about how the adversity of the government shutdown might affect that. Okay, I'm also going to talk about New York State's job numbers, and I'm also going to talk about how our numbers on the chamber match up with that. So if we go to real estate right off the bat, in the last 180 days, there were 95 closings. And from the asking price to the selling price, the closing price was 15% higher than the asking price, okay? And so to give you an example, the average listing price was $639, the average closing price was $657. So that's kind of a good thing. The interest rates at the moment are 6 1/4 and 6 1/8. If we look at what's available, active on the market today, actually the average listing price is 15% down. And it's supply and demand, ebb and flow, okay? So if you think about it, even though the average asking price is now down to $592, the eventual close price is going to be probably 15% higher when they close. And real estate is seasonality. So the last 180 days is right at the peak of the market, and that's where the information comes from. If you look at what the median price was, the middle of the pile, okay, that went down 7.5%. So where is the real estate market at the moment? It's in real good shape. No matter what you hear on the media, in a local area here, it's in real good shape. Now, the present adversity to the government shutdown, I believe it's going to force Jerome Powell to reduce the interest rates. So I believe in September it's going to come down, and I also believe in October it's going to come down. Fannie Mae is starting to put out there in the market that they believe rates are going to be below 6% comes January. And perception is reality. So the government shutdown is kind of going to work in favor in getting the interest rates down. Now, does that mean that real estate prices are going to come down? No. It just means there'll be more people that are willing to go out and purchase. So again, that's another thing that says that we have a good market coming up. The Dow closed today at 46,520. Fannie Mae closed today at 12.44. They're over the counter price. Both of those are up. So now if we look at New York's numbers, and the only reason I bring this up is because after this I want to bring up the Chamber's numbers. There was a business group that got together and it was 500 business people and 40 organizations. And they decided to look at, where is New York? Is New York losing its edge? And they actually called it an economic free fall, meaning the job growth is 7.3%. During that same time, nationally, the job growth was 12%. And in Florida, during the same time, the job growth was 24.9%. And in Texas, the job growth was 20.3%. So why do I even bring that up? Well, because I want to talk about the Chamber's numbers. This year, we increased the Chamber's numbers by 19.3% in new members coming aboard, okay? So this is all about people shaking the tree, making things happen. This is a good organization. Have a good night.
I want to talk about a blood drive. I left a couple flyers on the tables. It's actually from October 21st to October 26th at the Bohemia Donor Center on Vets Highway in Ronkonkoma. We're doing it in honor of Madeline. She's a young girl we actually met, and unfortunately she has a neurological disorder called short for PCAN, which basically it takes away the motor operations of a person. So one in a million children have this, unfortunately. So we're trying to spread awareness of this and want to do a good cause to do a blood drive as well. So we're going to be doing that. And then I do have some good news from the DOT. So Sunrise Highway, South Service Road from Montauk Highway to Nichols Road in the town of Islip will be getting repaved next year. And Sunrise Highway North Service Road from Nichols Road to Pond Road in the town of Islip will be getting paved as well. So I have those updates, and with that I will, I guess, give it back to Rick, right? Oh, I want to say one more thing, and actually, Rick, I'm glad you're here, standing here. The Assemblyman attended the launch of the economic study that the MacArthur Business Alliance, which, Rick, you're the vice president of, and doing an excellent job with Chris Coluccio. What a dynamic group there for the Vets Highway corridor, and it's actually it's a 5-mile radius, correct? Yeah, 5-mile radius of the area, and he was glad to be there, and we're really looking forward to hearing what that study indicates for the area. And Rick, just thanks for being there for any time Doug has needed input from the community. You've always been there. You've been a bulldog on a lot of the common issues we've had. So Rick, just thank you, and thank you everyone who's here and supports the chamber. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you, Sean. You've been a pleasure to work with as well. You and Doug, your doors are always open, and we really appreciate all that you do. Doug is a real champion for Holbrook. Obviously, being a Holbrook resident also helps quite a great deal. So, speaking of Holbrook residents and people affiliated with Holbrook a long time, I want to bring up. I'm gonna go on record as saying, the man who's brought more money to Holbrook than anybody at least in my 26-year history, Anthony Piccarello, our county legislator, 8th legislative district, and he's very humble about it, but he has been the champion of bringing more money bringing taxpayer dollars into our community. Anthony Piccarello, take it away. Let us know what's going on, pal.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Well, it's your money, so I'm just bringing it back home. Instead of sending it out east, we're trying to bring it back home. So obviously, if you've been around town, you've seen some great public works projects going on. Patrick Holbrook Road's getting redone. We're on par for the sewer project on Main Street, hopefully breaking ground in December. And then Councilman Lorenzo will talk about what's going on Main Street in Holbrook. But working with my partner in the town of Islip, John Lorenzo, and our partner in North Holbrook, Councilman Foley on the Brookhaven side. You know, we really have a great group of guys, as well as Assemblyman Smith, a great group of us who are dedicated to make sure that this town, you know, can compete with our neighbors for things to do. And we're going to see a big change in, you know, on our Main Street, and we're going to see amenities come. And obviously, Patrick Holbrook Road is the main artery in and out of Holbrook, and it should look, you know, up to par with other areas in the district. So obviously, I'm happy to see all that stuff going on, and the park obviously is going to be a great addition when that gets up and running. On another note, it is an election season. All 18 county legislators are up for re-election, including myself. Election day is Tuesday, November 4th. The district attorney is also up for re-election. Suffolk County Sheriff is up for re-election. We have 2 town board members, not in this district, the district next to us, West Sayville, west into East Islip and up into Hauppauge. And then the Brentwood and Central Islip seat is also up. So it's big, you know, big election for local elections, and this will be the last year of local elections. The governor and the state legislature have decided to end local elections, so we'll all run on the even years after this year. We do have a ballot proposition on the ballot which protects the term limits that we passed in Suffolk County and changes the term of the county legislature from a 2-year term to a 4-year term. That's on the back of the ballot. That's Proposition 2. And Proposition 1 is to allow a ski resort to be built on state parkland in somewhere very north of here, but it'll be Essex County, but it'll be on the ballot for the whole state. So no surprises when you go in. Make sure you turn your ballot over. It's important that you see the referendums on the back. Listen, I appreciate the Chamber's support. They've been a great partner for all of our elected officials here. Anything we need, they've always been there for us. Obviously, all the membership. And just, you know, I don't care who you vote for, but just make sure you go out and participate because it's important for the future of our community. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and we'll see you all soon.
Thank you. Legislator Piccarello, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And yeah, it is important definitely to get out and vote. And with all due respect to our sister chamber, the Ronkonkoma chamber, and some of the other chambers, they do a meet the candidates. I think we've been doing this a little too long. We stopped doing the Meet the Candidates a few years ago. We're more about just embracing the candidates or greeting the candidates that are in office and working with them and supporting them rather than so much doing the Meet the Candidates, which is good. It's good to have that information. But with this chamber, we like to work with our electeds. A lot of times I'm often around and said, oh, the politicians are coming. I says, politicians are not coming. The elected officials are coming. And it's something that Kevin Guilfoyle actually taught me that years ago because I called everybody a politician too. He goes, you don't call them politicians, they're elected officials. So with that, and in that spirit, the last time we had to meet the candidates, it was Tim Bishop and Lee Zeldin, and we know where Lee Zeldin is nowadays. So, you know, so good stuff, but that's what we're here for. So we're more about embracing our elected officials, but it is important to get out and to vote this year. But I have to say, the current slate of elected officials that we have in our community have done a great job. The county has spent a lot of money in Holbrook, finally, and we worked a long time. We worked with Legislator Lindsay, who was fantastic in his day as well. The sewer project, actually, the whole genesis of that took place in his office, which was then on Main Street back in 2006. And that project was on the respirator, up and down. I could have been a cardiovascular surgeon with this project, along with Kevin Guilfoyle, keeping this alive. But we kept it alive, and we saw it through. And it's one of the reasons why, you know, you're looking at a 26-year president of the Chamber of Commerce. Not because I want to sit here and tell you I'm doing this for 26 years, but we never wanted to lose this. And sometimes when you change guard, things get moved, money gets moved, a lot at play. I want to see this through, and at that point, then we'll figure out what we're going to do. But we want to see the park come to fruition. We're getting very close with that. I want to thank Suffolk County and Suffolk County Economic Development for making that happen, and Anthony Piccarello, a real champion. And we know that whatever we spent on that park, we're going to be spending at least that much money on all the enhancements, improvements. That's going to be a beautiful park. We're not talking about a swing set with a seesaw. We want to do something really nice down there. We have some really grandiose plans, and it's going to be one of those sun, moon, and stars, and we're going to try to get all three. That's what we're going to try to do. We're not going to settle for just the sun and the moon. So we're excited about that as well. But last but not least, I want to bring up from the town of Islip. Town of Islip, you know, that's really the rubber really meets the road for the community, because they're the ones who take care of most of our highways, our sidewalks, our curbs, our drainage. They're the ones who have this beautiful country club that I believe is going to be enhanced quite a deal. I think we're going to see some changes down at the country club. I can't speak directly about that, but I think we're going to see something nice. Holbrook deserves more. And having been grown up here and been affiliated with the community, this month officially 50 years. In October of '75, I moved here as a young man, going to Merrimack Elementary School. My my mom still lives right here in Parkland, which is about a 9-iron right over this golf course. Well, probably a driver. She's a little deeper into the community. But a lot of good stuff's going to happen. And the truth of the matter is, the MacArthur Business Alliance, and I want to thank Sean for recognizing that. Yes, we did have a very powerful meeting. And the reason why I got involved was not because I needed something else to do, much to my wife's chagrin, but I saw the greater good that they're going to take care of a bigger area and going to make a big statement about what's going to get built, what's not going to get built. That Veterans Highway corridor, those old hotels, and we got to clean up. We got to make it look nice. We need more hospitality in our area. We even need some more restaurants. Station Yards looks great, but we need some other beautiful development on the Vets Highway corridor, which is the south end of the Holbrook community. You see what's happened, the transformation of Sunvet Mall. Now we're going to have a park. The country club's going to probably get built up a little bit here where we are. You got beautiful medians. We're going to have a sewer downtown. This is exciting stuff. I know a lot of you've heard for years and whatnot. Don't take this for granted. This is a phenomenal time to have been alive, and I'm so glad that I was able to have the ability to stay here and have the perseverance was the word I'm looking for, the perseverance to be here along with the chamber. And I have to say, without my chamber board and without the chamber and people like Fred and Kenny and Jerry and Marilyn and B. Hoffa, who's been with us forever, past president emeritus, and Kevin Guilfoyle, and our entire board, and Kenny, we would not be here today. They are the people that are always there for us. We've built that carnival into a dynamic engine now, a dynamic economic engine for the chamber. It helps us through the great donation of Suffolk County and Anthony Piccarello, who helps us get that carnival off the ground. You know, if that Hurricane Erin blew just a little bit further this direction, a little further west, a little further northwest, we would have lost that whole carnival that weekend, you know? So, but with our partners, we have it in our sponsorships. We have that covered, that if that entire weekend got blown out, we wouldn't have made any money, but we would not have lost any money. And I'm not ashamed to tell you, that event cost almost $60,000 to put on for this community every year, between the fireworks, the stages, the great entertainment, and all the security that we put in, so it's a safe place for everybody, and the marketing, and the sign. 60 grand that cost the chamber, almost 60 grand. My treasurer's behind me. He'll validate what I'm saying. Might have been 57, 58,000, but I'm going to say 60 grand. That's what it costs us before we make one penny. And that's thanks to you, all you members in here who sponsored or helped or volunteered. Without you, we wouldn't have what we have. So, John, I'm sorry to hold you off because that was a long whole segue to you, but I do want to bring up Councilman Lorenzo. You know, Councilman Lorenzo, you know, he's a Connecticut kid. He grew up on the other side over there, Sayville guy. But I tell you, I love this guy. He has been there. Every time I see him, he's always concerned about one thing. And you know what that is when he sees me? What do you need? What do you need? Everything okay? What do you need? I mean, that to me is an elected official. That's what you call a public servant. So I want to thank John, and they've done some nice things in Holbrook too, which I'm going to let John speak about just recently. But Councilman Lorenzo, give him a big warm Holbrook welcome to our friend.
Love you. Love you. Thank you, Rick. Thank you all for having me. Pick and I were sitting in the corner just saying, in this beautiful park that we're going to have, you guys are going to have here in Holbrook, wouldn't it be awesome to have a live statue of Rick dressed like that? Like the Rocky statue, like right up there. We can all up there and run up to him, high five him, run back down. Think of you. It's got to be like that. It's got to be just like that. I agree with you 100%. That'd be great. It was a wild meeting tonight. We heard Rick bark. Did everyone hear Rick bark a little while ago? He barked when he called him a dog. It was great. I caught that, right? It was awesome. I'm sorry. I'm not as serious as the rest of them. I apologize. But thank you for having me tonight. Thank you, Rick and the board. Thank you to the NBA. They have put a shot in the arm. Rick and Chris Cluccio and the board has put a shot in the arm of the NBA to bring it back to life and really move it forward. We have a lot going on in my district, which borders up to Holbrook over by the airport. A lot of decisions to be made, and the economic impact study that they brought forward and they are doing now, which the county put some money in towards and the town put some money in towards, it's going to be a really good thing to really lay out the landscape of what could go on there. There's a lot of talk about terminal moves and midway crossings. I'm not sure we can call it midway crossing anymore because it's changed names about 13 times, but there's a lot of talk about everything on there. And I'm pro economic development. I'm a businessman by trade. I've been doing it for 24 years. I think that I say this all the time, and you probably hear me. I'm like a broken record, but there's 3 things we can do here in the town to keep this place livable, somewhat livable, so we can all stay here. We can raise taxes, which no one wants to do. We can cut services, which no one wants to do, or we can build our base. And the only way to build our base, in my opinion, is proper economic development. So, you know, if they can, I'm never a no on anything, if they can show me with this whole airport and this whole possible health sciences center or hotel or whatever they're talking about up there on the county side, that this is a viable move and it can build the next Grumman, as I call it, on Long Island to keep our kids here, then I'm in for having a conversation. But if they're just going to tell me we're going to build and they shall come, that doesn't work well with me. And this new economic impact study that they have here, that they're bringing on through the MacArthur Business Alliance, is wonderful. And I just can't wait to see what it brings out for this whole thing. So thank you, Rick, and the whole NBA board for doing that. And thank you for the county also for doing that. We're in budget season now in the town. It's a disaster, as every year budget season is a disaster. So once I get some more information through that, and go through that entire book binder of numbers, a big soup salad in my eyes, I will be able to talk more about it, but I'm not fully through it yet, and we haven't voted on it yet. So, you know, it's a bear, and everything has gone up. It's a bear in this town. It's a bear in every town. We just got to try and keep it as minimal as possible and give all the services and what you all deserve. We all deserve living here on it. The Island Hills project, which brought us up to here, that's still ongoing. We don't have a real answer for that yet. They went through the planning board, as we all know, and the planning board has requested some questions and answers. I don't believe the applicant has responded yet to this date. Once they do, we'll figure it out. We voted as a town board just to extend as part of the secret process. We have to, by law, put a date out for the next step. We don't have a date yet because we don't have the answers from the applicant yet. So that vote that we did last town board meeting was not for anything other than saying we don't have a date yet, so we're going to put a date out that's open on the end of it, on that end. So once we have that date, I'll have some more information on that. But I have nothing real much more than that going on here. Thank you, Rick and the board, for that Carnival NYSUB. We're here every year as a town to help them out. I wish I could have been here today, but I had to bring my daughter to college, and if I told my wife that I had to go to the Holbrook Carnival instead of moving my daughter into college, I probably will not be standing here right now. So I'm very sorry for that, Rick, but I will be here next year, I promise. My door's always open. My phone's always on. I appreciate you all having me. I'm not being rude if I run out the door here, but I have somewhere else to be in a moment. So you guys all have my number. If you ever need anything, I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilman. I appreciate you.
Thank
you so much. Thank you, Councilman Lorenzo. And what I love about Councilman Lorenzo is we're going to be going through some intense changes of zone with the town, because obviously we're going to be able to build up and build out a little bit. So what's great is having a former ZBA chair, now our councilman, who can really guide us and tell us behind the scenes what we should do, what we can't do, what we could do, and the possibilities. So that the timing, again, I'm just telling you, that's why it's such a great time. It's such a great alignment. So thank you for that. I know you guys are crazy with Election Day. You got to run. I understand. I'm so grateful that you were able to be here tonight, along with Sean as well and Marissa. So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate that. So now we're going to pretty much get into the wrap here. We got about a half an hour to go. I'd like to go around the room and give everybody an opportunity just to introduce yourself, because you haven't done that in a couple of weeks. You've been hearing us talk all night, so love to hear what everybody's up to. And if you have something going on, like the fire department, they got a big open house coming up next Friday night, and then they have a comedy night. So we have Joe Patton, the commissioner from the fire department here, so he's going to get up and tell you about that. But whatever you have going on, you want to talk about the blood drive again, Sean, you just drill that back into everybody. That'd be a good idea, and we'll go around the room. Kenny, you relax. I'll work the mic tonight. I got it. Yeah, you'll be good. All right. So, Marissa, introduce yourself.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Marissa Mashara, and I am the community liaison to Assemblyman Doug Smith.
Sean Himes, I'm the district director for Assemblyman Doug Smith, and again, just want to plug the blood drive again, October 21st to October 26th at the Bohemia Donor Center on Vets Highway. So if you can donate blood, that'd be great, but thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Salvatore Caruso with Equitable Advisors. About 9 months ago, I took an office here in Holbrook, and my good friend Rick has been inviting me down, so I'm glad to be here tonight. Look to be involved more with the Holbrook community. Glad to be here tonight again.
Good evening, all. Dave Courts, CPA. My practice specializes in taxes for individuals and small businesses. We also offer outsourced CFO services for that small business who can't afford that full-time six-figure CFO on their payroll. Tax extension deadline expires on the 15th, so we're running through a lot of those with our clients right now. One thing we offer to everybody in the Holbrook Chamber and the Holbrook community, free review of the last 3 years' taxes. You never know what we'll find on a free look. We've gotten people back up to $40,000 fixing other people's mistakes. Thanks so much.
Nice. Also, Dave does our taxes for the Holbrook Chamber too, so nice.
Good evening, guys. My name is Rob, owner of Prevention and Performance Fitness Studio. We are Holbrook and Holtzville's private fitness studio, helping busy adults, busy professionals stay active and feel better and move better. Thanks for having me down tonight, and it's always great seeing everybody.
Evening, everybody. Jerry Keeley, co-owner of Brooklyn Landscaping and Irrigation Systems. Been in business now since 2009. I'm with them since 2016, and we're doing very well. Anything you guys might need on a commercial level or residential level, give us a call, and we'll actually call you back.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Joe Patton. I'm one of the fire commissioners from the Holbrook Fire Department. We'd like to thank everybody here tonight for their continued support of the fire department and the fire district. I'm sorry that Anthony had just left, but I want to give him a shout out. The state legislature this past year passed ambulance billing, which was very important for us because it enables us to be able to bill an insurance company when we go to a member of the community's home for an ambulance call. And what this does is it helps subsidize the budget that we have because of the increase in the ambulance service that we're providing. We're up to about 5,400 calls a year in a volunteer program. So with that, the ambulance billing, we were able to hire additional EMTs and paramedics on a 24-hour basis. What I'd like to add and thank Anthony for as well is we're in the process right now of finalizing an order for 3 brand new ambulances for the Holbrook Fire Department and the community. And it's not going to cost the taxpayers of Holbrook a dime. So it's from money that we've been able to put aside with capital projects and with the money that the state legislature has been able to require for us through the ambulance billing program. So I just wanted to give that shout out to the state. On a lighter note, we do have an open house coming up on Friday night, October 11th. It's going to be at the main firehouse, 390 Terry Boulevard. Begins at 6 p.m. This coincides with a poster contest that we run with the elementary schools within the fire district, which are Tamarack, Grundy, and Merrimack. Prizes are awarded to the children in various categories. It's a nice night out, great family night. We have numerous displays of extrication of vehicles, a burn display, fire extinguisher awareness, how to operate a fire extinguisher, how to escape a home if the alarm goes off, various medical exhibits as well. And I believe Neely's going to have a display as well with the Sachem Public Library. She's working on that. So we invite you out. It doesn't cost anybody anything, and we're not going to hit up your businesses for sponsorship, which is awesome. So just come out and have a good night. All right. October 10th, Friday night. October 11th. Friday night, October 10th. The 10th, yes. Next week. Next Friday. All right, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, thank you. Good evening. My name is Ray Lamanna. I am the president of one of the best construction companies on the island. We handle everything from point A to Z. We handle permits. We handle plans, inspections. We deal with the officials in the towns. We handle your foundations, your kitchens, your bathrooms, pretty much everything that has to do with construction. But it's on a personal note because we not only come into your home, we become part of your family. So I thank everyone.
Hi, my name is Bill Wasserberger. I'm the owner of the Country Printer, formerly of Huntington. We moved to Hauppauge in November. We're design, print, direct mail specialists. We do business cards, brochures, presentation folders, anything you think of printing. Basically, also as well, we do Coroplast signs, banners, and I'm a Holbrook resident, and I'm the only printer in the chamber. So give me a shot. Thanks.
Ken San Pedro, the carpet cleaning guy. I'm also a proud board member for many years. I can never figure it out. I know I've been in the chamber for 25 years in January, February, but I think I'm on the board for 23 or 24 years. give us a call. You need something clean, carpets, upholstery, tile and grout, area rugs. If you need it cleaned, give us a holler. My good friend Vinny from VRP Insurance.
Thank you. Yes. Former board member from when you started, right? So Kenny and I joined together back in 23, 24 years ago. And then life gets in the way. I had twins at 21 years ago, so I had to, change directions. I couldn't do the board anymore because I had to work twice as hard with twins. But anyway, Vinny Pash, VRP Insurance, primary location right here in Holbrook on Main Street for 26 years. We have a team of 15 people here. I have 2 other locations in West Hampton and Hampton Bays, so a total of 28 team members right now. Predominantly commercial-driven insurance, but we also do auto and home. And, glad to see that Holbrook's coming together. It's been, Rick's entire tenure, I've been watching what a great job he's done, and I commend you and the board. Everybody's done a great job. I'm very proud to still be in Holbrook, and that's where we'll stay until the day is that I turn the keys over to somebody else. Hopefully my son when he graduates soon. We'll see. Almost.
Hi, Frank Flandina from FMF Strategic Communications. I do digital marketing for small businesses, or any type of business, really. I do websites, search engine optimization, anything to help your business be found online. So you don't necessarily have to throw thousands of dollars at Google for paid ads. I focus on the organic. Offer a free scan on my website. Shows you how you appear on all the different search engines based on your keywords, your name, address, location, phone number. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Give me a call or find my website. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lexi Roth with RE/MAX Integrity Leaders. I'm a residential real estate agent here on Long Island, looking to help everyone find their perfect home. If you guys have any appraisals that you would like done, I'm also here for that. One quick thing I want to mention is tomorrow is Night at the Races. It is a great opportunity for the community to get out there. The outreach is amazing. It's a fun night. There's lottery baskets. It is 21 and up, but it's a lot of fun. It's great for the community, and we really hope to see you all there. Also, partner with Make-A-Wish. I'm a volunteer there. It's an amazing organization, and throughout all of it is you get to know so many people in your community. You get to meet people who are here daily through everywhere. The local supermarkets, the fire department. Everyone is so wonderful in this community, and thank you guys so much for having me here tonight.
Hi, my name is Barbara Sesser. This is my husband, Chris Sesser. I am from Maloney Funeral Home. We have 7 locations. I'm not going through them all, but we're here for the community. If you need us, we're here. We are holding October 21st. We have a lunch and learn at the Chop Shop in Smithtown, and what that is, you can come down, have a free lunch, and our pre-need counselors, our pre-need funeral directors will be there. They can answer any of your questions. They can help you pre-arrange a funeral for a family member, yourself. You can find that information on our website and RSVP if you'd like to join us, or you can even just call our main location in Lake Ronkonkoma, and we'd love to see you there and answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Jean. Me and my husband own an ATV business. Years ago, we used to own the deli in Holbrook, and we were in the chamber for years when we owned the deli. I'm also on a little mission trying to get the fireworks back to the lake 4th of July every year. I'm making a lot of progress with it, but still not there yet, almost.
Hi, I'm Karen from Frosty's Ice Cream. We do everything from birthday parties to weddings. So if you need any ice cream, give us a call, 631-236-8031.
Your turn. 2 scoops for one. Nice. Besides being Karen's husband, I'm Dave Rollo, the owner of Mr. Frosty, Suffolk County Soft Ice Cream Trucks. We have a fleet. We operate in areas throughout Nassau and Suffolk County. And my wife and I now run the office. And our oldest son, who's not a kid, he's going to be 50. Wow. Yeah, he now runs the depot, the trucks and the drivers. We take care of the building and the processing of the office. We've been around a long time.
Hi, everyone. So finally, I am Kevin Himes, past president of the Ronkonkoma Chamber of Commerce. And on behalf of the Ronkonkoma Chamber and the Lake Ronkonkoma Civic Organization, I would like to invite the whole Holbrook community to attend our Meet the Candidates Night on October 22nd. Sachem Public Library, 7 p.m. downstairs in Community Room A. Now we're going to have the candidates there for the November 4th election. Kevin Lavelle from Brookhaven Town. We're going to have three county legislative seats. We're going to have Leslie Kennedy, Nick Caracappa, and our own Anthony Piccirillo here. And also the district attorney, Ray Tierney. He'll be there as well. So we're looking forward to having all of you. I would like a shout out for Rick. Rick put our flyer in the happenings in Ronkonkoma. Thank you so much, Rick. And also Sachem Public Library. I'd like to thank them for holding it at their facility on October 22nd. So thank you, Rick.
We've been doing business in Holbrook since 1948, when my mother started it on our kitchen table at home. There's a lot of talk about rates in insurance, and prices have really skyrocketed, but there is some good news on the horizon. Believe it or not, aircraft insurance is starting to slide downward. So hopefully that's a trend that will continue in all phases of insurance. So anyway, come see us. We're always there. Thanks.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you so much. Great. And I'll close it out. Rick Ammirati, obviously president of the Holbrook Chamber of Commerce. And before I close it out, though, I talked about him earlier, but In a Flash Photo Corp and is Kevin. Kevin, you want to say a few words and also remind everybody about those headshots next month?
Hey everybody, I'm the owner of In a Flash Photo Corp. Like Rick said, my announcement that next meeting I will be having a portable headshot set up. So if you want to update all your headshots for social media and your company and everything, I'll have a whole setup. $45 to $50. It's probably going to be $45 flat. I take cash, Venmo, check. I do everything from corporate to commercial to events to charity events. If anybody ever needs a gift certificate for a charity event, please hit me up. And I have my portrait studio in Holbrook, right over by Vets Highway, and that's it. You know, photos and video.
20 years younger. Thank you. That's great. Kevin, and I thank you. That's very generous. A headshot for $45. You definitely come next month. Our meeting will be November 6th, so that'll be 2 days after everybody goes out and votes on the 4th, right? Everybody's going to go out and vote. So on the 6th is our November meeting, and then we'll have our holiday party meeting, likely downstairs here, and we'll do appetizers and drinks and food. It'll be a great time. And that will be on December 4th if you want to check your calendars and book them now. So we're looking forward to that. And then last but not least, I'm Rick Ammirati, as I've told you a million times, president of the chamber. Happenings Magazine is my publication. That's how I actually butter my bread. And the Happenings Magazine, like I said, people always say, hey, what's happening? What's new? Well, check out the Happenings Magazine. I run a beautiful page 2 editorial. I update everybody what's happening in the Holbrook community, and also in my Ronkonkoma book, I promote the Ronkonkoma happenings as well, with Station Yards, all the new development there, and whatever the events that the Ronkonkoma Chamber is doing. They have a lot of wonderful events as well throughout the year, including the Meet the Candidates, and better than me. I love the way they host that. Good job. You do a nice job on that. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Everybody make sure you get out and vote. Have a very safe Halloween, of course, those who go out and trick-or-treat or trunk-or-treat or whatever you do on Halloween. It's a Friday night this year, so make sure you protect the house there. The kids are going to be out late, I think. But good stuff, and thank you all for being here. You know, I'd like to get a few more people here. We had a great attendance last month. I know tonight was the holiday and everything, but you know, tell your neighbors, tell your friends to come on out. Especially to get a headshot for under $50. I just about everybody I know could use an updated headshot, because I don't think there's anybody here who just had headshots done in the last month or two. I could be wrong, but most people they're overdue. So come down next meeting, same time, 5:30 doors, 6 o'clock the meeting starts. I don't have a guest speaker yet, but I will have a guest speaker for us. But I actually thought the guest speakers tonight, they're the ones who are really making things happen. Because like John said, you know, it's economic development, because raising taxes is not an option. Nobody wants their taxes raised. And then what are they going to do? Start taking garbage once a week? They're not going to take care of our roads. I mean, it's bad enough as it is. Our roads barely get taken care of. Now maybe we'll get our roads taken care of a little bit more. But the bottom line is economic development. And that's what this room is. Everybody in here is a contributor to economic development. And this particular region, and I speak at a different level with the MBA, is going to explode in the next few years in a good way. So we're very excited about that. And keep doing what you're doing, guys. And I'll see you all next month. And thank you for your support. support. Great meeting. Hey, go Yankees tonight. Let's go. Got to get the Get that New York team winning. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.